From the Mesquite Arena tonight, the Outlaws host the San Diego Sockers. I'm Pete Stein along with Matt Thornton. Glad you could be with us on MASL TV. The Outlaws come in with a 5-12 record, a -17 goal differential. They're 3-6 at home and coming off a 7-5 loss to Monterey. Meanwhile, San Diego lost on Monday night to Ontario. They're in San Diego. It was a 2-goal game. San Diego won it 5-3, and the Sockers got off to a lightning quick start.
Yeah, indeed they did. 3 goals in the first 2 minutes of that January 19th matchup. 5-3 win for San Diego. As you mentioned, Cesar Cerda had a couple of goals, Craig Childs had a goal, and Hiram Ruiz had a goal and an assist as well. And, man, anytime you got the San Diego Sockers in, one of the legendary franchises of the league, you always get fired up for these games, Pete.
Well, you mentioned 2 of the guys that earned Ruiz, and neither one of them active for the game here tonight in Mesquite.
That's exactly right, and man, big missing there. I mean, both those guys logged big minutes. Defender Cesar Cerda, midfielder Hiram Ruiz out, which may mean potentially some more minutes for some of the other midfielders for the San Diego Sockers.
Cerda in 17 games has 17 points, and Ruiz has played 15 games and has 10 points so far this season. So definitely a little bit of their firepower missing, but they do have Craig Childs, who's one of the premier scorers in the league.
Yeah, I mean, Craig Childs, what can you say about the guy? 16 goals, is first on the team, 8 assists, 24 points, also first on his team. So, man, Childs, he just does it all. He gets it done. He's a leader on and off the field, and a fantastic guy.
The last time we saw the Outlaws here at Mesquite Arena, it was an impressive win over Tacoma.
Man, I'll tell you, that Tacoma Stars game, it was impressive. Mesquite, they really played within themselves. They have a great, fantastic or more blocks, and you throw in Pollo Cortez. Really amazing on defense.
Yeah, Cortez has really stepped up. His record's 5-12, but he's got a 5.51 goals against average. He's been really good here at home. And one of the problems that the Outlaws have had, slow starts.
Yeah.
You're right, they have played good defense, and that's allowed them to get back into some games, but they've got to avoid falling behind early.
Yeah, they could. And, you know, a couple of guys we just mentioned, forward Jamie Lovegrove made the MASL Team of the Week along with Pollo Cortez. To me, Jamie Lovegrove is the guy. He's the heart and soul, the engine of this Mesquite Outlaws offense. When he's going and he's making runs, you really can see a difference. There's a lot of confidence. He just brings that swagger to this team.
San Diego, we mentioned, coming off that loss to Ontario, and they spent a lot of time in the penalty box in that game. Ontario was able to get several power play goals out of that game, and of course San Diego also ran into Frank Tayo, who's on a tear right now.
Yeah.
And certainly like to induce some of those penalties tonight and get a chance on the power play, but they've got to improve their power play. The Outlaws come in just 4 of 28 with the man advantage.
Yeah, which is shocking because they've got so many weapons. You know, Vicmore Leagueway, Jamie Lovegrove, Cody Ellis with that cannon as a defender playing the point. So implications, really. It really does. You know, Mesquite is they have about 7 games. They have 7 games left, including tonight. So they're sitting at number 8. Number 6 in the Western Conference. They could sneak up if they could put together a few wins here, Pete. So this team is they're still very much in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, they finished the season with 3 road games, so the task is tough for them to climb the ladder. Childs is about ready to kick off. Who are a couple of players to watch tonight?
Yeah, I think the man for San Diego is midfielder Brian Farber. I just think he's got 13 goals, 5 assists, and is tied for 3rd on his team with 18 points. Farber is great on defense, too, with 11 blocks this season. The absence of Sockers midfielder Brandon Escoto, as previously mentioned, should also mean more opportunities for Brian Farber.
Jones wins possession for the Outlaws. The Outlaws wearing the dark blue with the red shorts, and the Sockers in the powder blue with the white shorts tonight. This is a Leagueway drawing a double team, switching the attack to the right side. Leagueway got the Outlaws off to a good start against Tacoma, scoring the first goal of the game here on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, he needs to do that again. You just mentioned it. Get off to a quick start.
Eligwe chasing the ball in the corner, but is shielded off by Pino. Pino brings it across his own line, able to get it to Farber, who sends it to midfield. De Oliveira receives it there. The Sockers will make changes on the fly here as we've played 1 minute of the first quarter here at Mesquite Arena. We should mention that in goal tonight for San Diego is Boris Pardo. He's in the green wearing number 27 tonight.
Man, Pardo is just such a great goalkeeper. 5.21 goals against average, 7th in the MASL, .686 save percentage, also 7th. 8 wins tied for.
A battle for possession now in neutral territory. And this is Bond moving up the left wing side with a back heel pass, setting up a one-timer, but Cortez goes down and makes a diving save.
Great job, Pollo Cortez, keeping his team in it early, Pete. That's what he's got to keep doing.
Got to get this crowd in it for the Outlaws a little bit. Make a save like that, expect a little bit more of a roar.
Yeah. Maybe they got big eyes like the Mesquite Outlaws did in San Diego previously. I think they just kind of getting themselves, finding their feet.
Well, the good news for the Outlaws is so far they have survived the first 2 minutes without giving up 3 goals, which is what happened in San Diego.
Man. I turned that game on and I was like, this can't be happening. Am I seeing what is this, the Twilight Zone?
That turned out to be just a 2-goal game.
Yeah. I said, boy, this is going to be one of those nights, those 14-1 nights or something.
Contreras getting ahead on it, knocked it into neutral territory, but right to Ubi Parapovic, who gave it right back. But here comes San Diego getting to the attacking line. Childs moving between 3 Outlaws, gets to the corner, puts it in the area. Ubi Parapovic with a little bit of a sloppy touch there, and De Leon has it for the Outlaws.
Yeah, De Leon, look at that footwork, man. He's just so good. Good young rookie. Playing extremely well this season.
He got it to Anthony Powell, and it's good to see Powell back out there, but look out, here comes Childs. Childs trying to find the net early, but he's not able to get around Pollo Cortez.
Yeah, great job by Cortez, making himself big, just didn't allow Childs to get the shot.
Childs was arguing that Cortez had come out of the area and handled the ball, but he didn't win that argument.
Pretty close. It was pretty close. It's not where the goalie is, it's where the ball is. So,
Ella sends it up the right side to Eligwe. Oh, nice turn, and then from behind it gets poked away by Brian Farber, one of your players to watch tonight.
Yeah, so good on offense and defense, just does everything.
Oteze gets it to Lee. Lee plays it into space, but there for San Diego is Ortega, known as Pee-wee, and he sends it over to Pino. Pee-wee to Pino, say that 3 times fast. Off the end boards, but not into the area. It comes all the way back out to neutral territory, and Pino controls it. Gets it to De Oliveira. Sent to the left wing side. Steps in front of Oteze. A foul called and a free kick coming up for San Diego right at the Mesquite line on the left side. And a soccer is shaken up.
Yeah, and that looks to be...
it's De Oliveira.
De Oliveira, yeah, number 11. Still hasn't quite turned his back to us yet.
Flexing that knee.
Yep. He's a big guy, too, man. He's got some heft.
Phil Savaggio watching his team on this restart. Looking for the first goal tonight at the Mesquite Arena where there's 11:14 to play in the first quarter. Farber moving into the corner. Has it poked away. Eligwe is there to De Leon. De Leon chips it to the right side. Has a man making a run up the right side. It's Tapia. Tapia gets to the corner marked by Pino. Draws a double team, retreats a little bit. Tapia got the first goal in Monterey on Monday night, but the Flash answered quickly.
Yeah, nice job by San Diego's defense. They're tracking back.
De Leon cuts to his left, plays it off the end boards, but Farber is there and gets it to Ubi Parapovic. Lee trying to win the ball along the boards and does so for the Outlaws. It goes back to Cardenas. Cardenas really a quarterback for this Outlaw side.
Yeah, Cardenas having a great season.
Oteze not able to handle it. Farber takes it away, moves up the middle, and a pass for Ubi Parapovic is broken up. Officials say play on.
Yeah, that was To me, that's a trip. I think Outlaws got away with one there.
Valadez making a run into the area, and he's able to field it off the inboards, trying to get around two Sockers, and Pardo clears it out to midfield. It gets to Cardenas of Mesquite with 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. We're still scoreless at the Mesquite Arena.
And Cardenas, 27 blocks, fourth in the MASL. What a great addition he's been to the Outlaws this season.
He's part of the foundation that Tattoo is trying to build here with the Outlaws. He's a big part of it. Powell, who's having a nice season when he's out on the field, working his way between two defenders, played back to Mike Jones. And getting tripped up is Dave. Taken down right at the attacking line on the right side, and that's where Mesquite will get a free kick.
Yeah, fouls on Taylor Bond there, tripping.
De Leon on the left wing side to Lovegrove wearing the captain's armband. Plays it to Cardenas. Mesquite's seen quite a bit of possession here in the first 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's something they try to do. They don't often succeed, but they're doing a nice job of it.
Contreras intercepts for San Diego. Bond gets to the center circle. Lays it back to Ubi Parapovic. Played to Reza, who finds Bond in the referee crease, and then played to the middle for Christian Gutierrez. Reza will play it left as the Sockers build the attack. Reza goes to the bench, and Ortega comes back onto the carpet. Pino plays it to the left wing sides off the boards, finds Tovar there. Played back to Ortega, trying to get around Lovegrove, moves up the boards, plays it inside the Mesquite line, rolled it to the feet of Gutierrez, played back to Pino, switched to the left side for Ortega. Ortega drawing a lot of attention, lays it back to Pino, chipped into the area, headed by Mike Jones in the direction of Lovegrove, who plays it back to the inboards. Cortez trying to get it cleared. Shot comes off the foot of Eric Tovar, sending it over the corner glass on the right side.
Outlaws fortunate there because that ball went directly to Tovar, and he got a good shot. His shot was high, but, man, if he could have got that on goal, that would have given Pollo Cortez some trouble.
Oteze knocks it down, receiving it from the keeper, gets it to Jones. Jones to Tapia. And the Outlaws try to slow things down just a little bit here after spending some time in their own end. Contreras side for Vicmore Aligwe. Back to Contreras. Outlaws playing a deliberate style here with 7:35 to play in the first. Neither team has scored.
Yeah, good being patient. They look a lot more settled than the last time these two teams played each other. That's for sure.
Yeah, they were already down 3-0 at this time in San Diego last month. Back to Cortez, who finds Oteze. Oteze being marked there by Velez. Ahead to Tapia. Tapia looking for the first goal. It gets through Pardo, but it's cleared by the Sockers.
Yeah, I like the shot there. Vicmore Aligwe was calling for it. He was open on the right side, but good strike there from Tapia.
Pino was behind Pardo and was able to clear it for San Diego. Rio loses it. Childs sends it into the area, and then off Farber, it goes over the goalpost, and it's out of play, bringing us to a stoppage of play with 6:43 to play in the first period. It's still Mesquite nothing, San Diego nothing.
The Mesquite Outlaws would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, is amongst the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1870. Match balls to both the MASL and MASL 2. The MASL and Miter share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. Miter's Astro Division ball is the official game ball for MASL League Pay. Miter's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces. It features a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. Thank you, Miter.
Mesquite will be back home on February 29th, taking on Monterey, and Monterey can clinch the West if the Outlaws beat San Diego here tonight, but that magic number is down to 1 for the Flash. It seems inevitable that they're going to win the West.
I was going to say, I mean, the Flash, they're already in the playoffs, so that's a given. But, yeah, I think San Diego's second, of course, and you got third Sonora there at 9-9, and then Ontario 8-8. That interesting things going on with those two teams.
That Ontario team is coming on strong. They just beat San Diego Monday night 7-3. And Frank Tayo is coming on strong.
Man, he's such a beast. So big, strong, just scores goals, and you got guys like Nestor Hernandez running around getting assists. Really, really impressive team. They were struggling on defense early in the season. I think they've kind of settled down a little bit, Pete, on the defensive end.
I think Tayo finished with 5 points in that game against San Diego on Monday.
Who needs defense if you just outscore them all,
yeah.
right?
That's the old way, right? With 6:34 to play in the first. Sockers will just send it up the right channel. Childs with one touch, can't keep it inside the field of play. And now Ellis restarts play for the Outlaws. 6.5 minutes to play in the first. Still a scoreless tie here at Mesquite Arena.
That ball just inside the superstructure, the massive TV screen.
Childs gets to the attacking line where De Leon wins the ball away from Childs. Controls for the Outlaw on their own end and now wrestling with Childs for possession along the boards in the corner. Mesquite not able to get it cleared. A one-timer off the right foot of Raimundo Contreras, and he sends it into the seats.
Man, if he could have just taken a little touch there, kind of got it down to himself, he had plenty of time to take a touch, and unfortunate there for him.
Powell was the target up the right wing side, but it never got to him. Contreras plays this one back to Travis Pittman, to Pardo, the keeper. Into the corner, it's Ortega.
What a move by Ortega. Man, how did he get around his defender there?
Pollo was there to deny him a shot on frame. Now Pardo controls in his own end.
Ortega just so quick. He's lightning fast.
3 shots credited so far. The Sockers with 2, the Outlaws with 1. No score with 5:18 to play in the first. Tapia begins the counterattack, finding Oteze, who fields it off the wall and moves up the right flank. Oteze to the corner, a blast and a goal! Oteze has given Mesquite a 1-0 lead with 5:07 to play in the first.
What a great job by J.J. Oteze, running all the way down the right side and then just says, hey, I'm going to take a shot up a right-hand corner. Man, what an individual play that was. Fantastic job.
Good string. And the Outlaws with a 1-0 lead over the San Diego Sockers. They had a 1-0 lead in Monterey on Monday night, but it didn't last long. Monterey would score, I think it was 5 of the next 7 goals.
Yeah, exactly. But I thought Anthony Powell did a nice job kind of going to the back post there, maybe kind of pulling Pardo's attention away just slightly because I thought he was going to pass, Pete.
That was quite a blast.
It was.
Anthony Powell getting credit for an assist. And Lee now moving to the attacking line, takes a shot that's blocked. Yeah. The Outlaws able to keep it inside the San Diego line. Now back out to Contreras.
Thought maybe there was going to be a whistle there, but no, they kind of fell over each other.
Contreras looking for a target, chips it up the middle. Vic Moraligwe, nice turn on the ball, but he's not able to get around the defender, Raimundo Contreras.
Beautiful job, Contreras cutting Vic Moore off there. Not easy to do when he turns like that.
Cortez up the middle to Contreras. Lovegrove with a one-touch pass, and here comes Oteze again. This time from the left side with the right foot, he misses wide right.
Yeah, that one he should have passed. That one I think he wants to have back. He might have hit, I think it was Bradley Valadez.
You wouldn't have said that if it ended up in the back of the net.
Good point. Fair point, Pete. Fair point.
Valadez putting pressure on the ball that's sent to Pardo, who moves it across his own line, keeps it under the superstructure, plays it to the corner, header into the area. Jones is there for the Outlaws. De Oliveira controlling now for San Diego on the left wing side. Marcus Pino controls it in the referee crease. Marked by Lovegrove, played back to Pardo. Going to the bench is Reza, and Ortega is back onto the floor. He does not get that one underneath the superstructure. And so it'll be a restart for the Outlaws.
The inside of the superstructure there's air inside it, so it's not one big block as it looks like you might think it is. So that it does have a little bit of room to move on the inside.
Cardenas puts one on frame. Pardo parries it back to the top of the arc. Cleared by Bond, and he hits the video. The San Diego line.
And
can't restart until he gets the official whistle, though.
Yeah, it's a good try. It's a good try.
Sigic whistles it live, and Cardenas plays it to the right wing side. Shot blocked, and that's going to go over the corner glass. But that's off the Sockers. And this will be a corner kick from the left corner spot. No, they're not going to put it on the corner spot. They'll put it down where it went out, and that's where Cardenas will restart play for the Outlaws. 3:10 to play in the first. Mesquite leading 1-0. Oteze with a strike. Cardenas with a back heel to Lovegrove. Lovegrove puts one right into the mixer, but it gets cleared out by San Diego.
Oh, man, boy, that was a great shot. Nice little heel pass back by Cardenas to Lovegrove.
Pollo shows some ability with his feet. Now De Leon scampers to the San Diego line, plays it off the end boards. Powell is there for Mesquite. Powell not able to control it. Pardo grabs a hold of it. Gutierrez was there defensively for San Diego. Childs sends it up ahead to Ortega. Ortega trying to play it into the area, but it's blocked. It comes right back to Ortega as he's pressured. Childs now controls for San Diego. Mesquite doing a good job defending in their own end.
Yeah, they're really, really doing a great job. You can see Tattoo's fingerprints all over this defensive stance here.
Velez moves across halfway. Gets it to the target man. Childs trying to turn on it, but he's tightly marked. Plays it back to Ubi Parapovic. Here's a one-timer from Ortega. That's wide left. The rebound comes out to Oteze. Uses the boards to clear it into neutral territory. Lee runs up on it, but it's turned over to Ubi Parapovic. He gets tripped up. The officials say play on, and the Outlaws come out of their own end. They find Powell moving up the left wing side. Powell switches the attack to the right side. Outlaws playing with a lot of energy here in the first quarter, which has 1:40 remaining, and Mesquite leads 1-0.
Yeah, it's been a fast first quarter. Not a lot of stoppage.
This is Rio in the center circle. Now Ellis controls. Back to Lovegrove. Lovegrove plays it up the middle. It gets knocked down by Travis. Makes another save.
Great save by Pollo, diving to his left, and man, Oliveira.
Whoa!
Oh, ouch.
Vicmore Aligwe running up to the ball, and then going over the wall was Raimundo Contreras, and may have caught Aligwe across the face. There's a blue card coming out.
Yeah, and Aligwe literally got kicked in the face as he was going over the wall, and that's kind of what he's arguing right now is, man, I just got kicked in the face. So, but Aligwe, okay, I think Aligwe is injured, so I think Sigic is allowing him to go to his bench to receive. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think he knocked out a tooth. I think that's. I'm speculating, but
he's rinsing out his mouth.
Yeah, maybe he got a cut in his lip or something. But this is absolutely this is absolutely right. The rules call for if the player's injured on a blue card penalty, they can go to their bench and actually receive treatment, and they could have somebody come and serve the penalty for them if they wanted to.
Tattoo and Vicmore Oligwe both voicing their protest.
And Sigic is saying you got to have somebody serve in the box. Somebody has to go to the box. So there you go. There's Angel coming across. This is Angel Rodriguez.
Angel Rodriguez making his first appearance for the Outlaws, and he'll start his career in the penalty box.
Poor guy. Oh, man. Serving the penance of Vicmore Oligwe. We're hoping Oligwe's okay. I think he might have just cut his lip or something like that. It's hard to tell from here.
So San Diego goes on the power play. Oligwe carded for boarding. San Diego's only converting a little more than 23% of the time on the power play. They're just 8 for 34 this year. Childs plays it to the right wing side and gets it right back. Childs at the point on the power play here. Again finds Farber along the right wing boards, back to Childs. Farber now the target man in the area. Comes off the inboards, gets poked away by Pollo. He got a wing out there, and Contreras trying to get it cleared, and that's a handball.
He got a chicken wing out there. Is that what you're saying?
You got it. Lovegrove trying to score shorthanded. Pardo knocks it down. It comes right back to Lovegrove in the corner. Rims it around the boards, and Pardo grabs a hold of it. Childs takes a tumble. It's distributed out to Ubi Parapovic.
And Lovegrove has one shorthanded goal this season, so I know he loves to get those. He told me he loves shorthanded.
San Diego gets back into Mesquite territory, and we've come to the end of the first period. Still 53 seconds remaining on the power play when the second quarter gets underway. The Outlaws striking first here in this Western Conference battle at Mesquite Arena. J.J. Oteze getting the goal for Mesquite at 9:54 the first period, assisted by Anthony Powell, and the Outlaws outshoot the Sockers in the first period 6-3.
Yeah, that's a bit of a substantial switch from that last game back on January 19th. I think the finals were Outlaws 23, 22 shots, and the Sockers were 27 or something like that. But in that first quarter, man, it was intense. It was a barrage of soccer shots.
MASL Primetime is the new home for the best highlights, interviews, and action from the MASL each week. You can catch the latest episode each Friday. Hey, that's today. Alex Bashavansky hosts the 30-minute deep dive into the MASL. 3-6 this season. They're 5-12 overall, hosting San Diego. The Sockers coming in 12-5. Coming off a 7-3 loss to Ontario, and Mesquite's coming off a 7-5 loss to Monterey. That final score makes it look a little closer than it was in Monterey.
Yeah, I think you've got to be pretty happy if you're a Mesquite Outlaws fan right now. From what you're seeing from your team, they're playing their style of defense, very lanes, blocking up the passing lanes, not allowing the San Diego Sockers team to jump out on them quickly, and that's crucial.
Rochester hosting Utica tonight. The stretch here in the MASL.
Yeah, and you're watching here, and you can just see the West is going to be interesting at the end. But I think the East.
There's good teams in the East that aren't going to qualify.
Of course, the playoff format for the MASL. The top 4 teams from each division go into the playoffs, and the drama, if you will, from this season, the number 1 teams get to choose their first round opponents.
And that'll all be happening here within the next few weeks.
Yeah, that's right. Hard to believe. So only 7 games left, including tonight for Mesquite.
We'll be going around the league at halftime. Hope you're enjoying our coverage on MASL TV from Mesquite Arena. The lead. Contreras, Lovegrove, Ellis, and Jones playing shorthanded and get the advantage of kicking off in the second quarter here in the midst of this power play. And immediately and smartly, San Diego takes a timeout.
I think it was Pollo, actually, that called the timeout. He put his hands up. Maybe San Diego called it, but Pollo wanted it as well. But a smart move by Tattoo, I think, to kind of slow it down a little bit. You get that kickoff and then kind of reset. I love that with the possession.
Yeah, I think I said San Diego. I meant Mesquite.
Yeah, there you go. You were right. You were right. A savvy move. My head coach, Tattoo, just going to drag this thing out with 47 seconds left.
Yeah, that's really unusual. About almost exactly halfway through the power play, you start a quarter, and then Mesquite gets the kickoff. That's a bad break for San Diego.
It is. It's a very bad break because you want it to be. You want to apply the pressure and keep the intensity up. And boy, the stops and starts you hate for your power, your special teams, if you will. Mesquite is 56% on the penalty kill this season. So, pretty good.
Yeah, you talked about it. They've killed off 14 of the 25 penalties they faced. So they've also done a pretty good job of staying out of the penalty kills of team.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, 3 players with 23-plus blocks is unbelievable. I mean, they've got 3 guys in the top 10 in the league in blocks. And then you got Cortez out there is doing an incredible job. This rookie has just stormed onto the scene.
Cortez taking his time. Remember, he's only got 5 seconds to distribute and throws it out of his own end, but throws it over the wall. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
That's the one little nitpick that you can take with Pollo. His distribution. Yeah. Especially
in this circumstance, you've got a chance to run off some of this time on the power play. Now you've given San Diego with a man advantage a restart at the Miles is on the ball, and he puts it in the back of the net, and we're tied.
I mean, he just made that look like a little pass, like nothing, sliced it right through the wall. I mean, look at this thing. It's just pinpoint around the left side. Jamie Lovegrove's still looking. He can't believe it.
It is interesting. The Outlaws are doing film study.
Right.
They're all looking up at the video board after the goal to see the replay.
I mean, that is the most casual goal I have ever seen. Craig Childs just strolled up.
You just don't want to give up those restarts, period, in the MASL, but especially when you're down a man and especially when you got a sniper like Childs on the ball.
Yeah. Pollo's got to work on this distribution. It's just something he's got to get better at. And he's so good in so many levels, but that's the one area that everybody's got a weakness, right?
Yep. And that was a costly mistake, no doubt about it. But still, a lot of time here. We're only 15 seconds into the second quarter. We're tied 1-1. The Sockers scoring on the power play after Mesquite scored even strength. Sockers have possession. This is Ortega. Ortega working in the back along with Contreras. Pardo sends it ahead to Bond. Bond plays it to the corner. De Leon gets there for Mesquite. Trying to get around Tovar. Finds Jones, who can't get it cleared. Unable to get it past Gutierrez. Through the area past Ellis to the corner boards. De Leon has it for the Outlaws. Chased by Tovar. Gets it ahead to Vicmore Aligwe. Lovegrove calling for it, but it never gets to him. Tovar sends it back into the corner, off the end boards. Comes back to Gutierrez. Sent back into neutral territory. Contreras to Ortega.
San Diego with some pressure here. Outlaws need to regroup.
De Oliveira at halfway, shadowed by Lovegrove. Plays it over to Ortega, who had a sloppy touch, but was fortunate to get it back from De Leon. Ortega will allow Velez to take over, and Velez plays it back to Pino. Sent inside the attacking line to the left wing for De Oliveira. Settles it with the right foot, a little back heel pass to Ortega. To Ubi Parapovic. A little give and go here, broken up by Aligwe, but it comes out to Ortega. To Pino, back to Ortega. We played 2 minutes of the second quarter. We're not at 1-1. A one-timer from the right wing side is sliced through the area by Ortega, and it comes to Ubi Parapovic to Pino. De Oliveira moves inside the Mesquite line, had his pocket picked by Vicmore Aligwe, but it rolls right to the feet of Reza.
The Outlaws struggling to get any kind of possession right now. San Diego putting on a clinic.
Reza to Pino, marked by Ellis. Play back to Pardo. Reza gets it in the left channel, marked by De Leon. Less than 12 and a half minutes to play here in the first half. The Outlaws struck first, but the Sockers score early in the second quarter on the power play. Childs with the goal, trying to set up Pittman here. It's broken up. Sent back into Contreras, and he gets it to Cardenas.
Finally, the Outlaws have possession.
Took a while.
Man, goodness.
Valadez not able to get to that ball before it skips over the boards.
Thankfully, that hit something before it went out.
Yeah, it won't be a restart at the top of the penalty arc. But nonetheless, San Diego will have possession. Pino sends it back to Pardo and gets it right back. Pardo out beyond his own line, looking for a target, keeps it on the ground. Childs with a one-touch pass into space, chased in the corner. Tapia gets there for Mesquite. Tapia battling Pittman, and it's Valadez who comes over to win possession, gets it to Mike Jones along his own inboards. A wall pass to Valadez, back to Jones, who chips it up the left wing side. Tapia on the run. Tapia and Pino. It's Tapia to Oteze, who was trying to reclaim the lead for the Outlaws. Saved by Pardo.
Great work there by Omar Tapia down the middle, and Oteze cleaning up with a shot. Just unfortunate, got in front of it, but great job by Tapia getting down the field.
Mesquite gets the restart inside the San Diego line with 11:20 to play here in the ride. Comes to Oteze, the goal scorer for the Outlaws. Gives it back to Cardenas. Outlaws making changes on the fly here. Rio makes a run up the middle. Doesn't come to him. He retreats back to halfway and receives it from Cardenas. To Valadez. To Rio, back to Valadez.
Nifty little pass there between Rio and Valadez.
De Leon switches it to the left side for Lee. De Leon to Ellis. Ellis keeps it on the ground. Powell trying to work his way through traffic. Gets it back to Ellis. De Leon leaves it for Rio. Should also mention one of the players not active tonight is the veteran Sean David for the Outlaws.
That's right. Yeah. Who always just, it seems to do great things against the San Diego Sockers, or at least is in the mix, right? I know Craig Childs told me in an interview once he hates playing against Sean David.
Everybody does. The funny thing is he's one of the nicest guys.
He really is, yeah.
De Leon fires it in. Pardo stops it. San Diego controls in their own end. They're able to clear it to midfield.
Yeah, good
then
job.
The Sockers will make changes as the ball bounces over the boards.
Yeah, Pardo, nice play off the wall there. That ball gave him a little bit of trouble, but he played it well and was able to get it out of his own end.
You saw a shot of Phil Salvaggio, the head coach for the San Diego Sockers, who will stay in the Metroplex and face the Sidekicks Sunday afternoon in Allen. So this is the first of two in Texas for San Diego, and they're looking to take the lead here as they get it to Ubi Parapovic. Lee goes down. Ubi Parapovic maintains possession for the Sockers. He gets it to Velez inside the Mesquite line. The Outlaws not able to get it cleared. De Oliveira plays it into the area, and then it's sent over the crossbar, and I think that might have gone off Rio Ramirez.
It was, boy. Rio Ramirez probably just saved a goal there because Slavisa was lurking on that back post. Rio slide, get the ball out. Really impressive play by Rio.
Ubi Parapovic looking for the far side netting, but Cortez makes another save. Farber in the corner. Might have hesitated just a little too much there. Connection with Oteze, and San Diego has possession. We have 8:57 to play here in the second quarter. Still not unable to get past Rio. Rio has time and space. Reaches the attacking line. Leaves it for Aligwe. Aligwe gets it to his left foot. Fires! But that goes right into Pardo, who quickly distributes up the left side for De Oliveira.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, and De Oliveira gets past De Leon. Goes just wide.
And Brian Farber, a couple of great opportunities, just missing the net there.
We stay knotted 1-1 with 8:19 to play in the second. De Leon looking for help. Cortez sends it up the middle for Valadez. Valadez not able to get around Pino. Now taken away. Ellis has it for the Outlaws. Ellis shoots, and he scores! Ellis from distance gives the Outlaws a 2-1 lead with 8:04 to play in the second.
Cody Ellis with the cannon shot just underneath Boris Pardo, back of the net. Beautiful job by Cody Ellis, the defender. Man, he just does it all. Great job. He's got a cannon, man. His shot is so hard. And you could see him when he got that ball. He knew he was going shot all the way there.
Ellis and Oteze have scored for Mesquite. Cody Ellis unassisted at 6:55 of the second. Its goals have come here in the first half. Even strength.
Yeah, and defense. The defenders for the Outlaws are chipping in.
They have the Childs goal even strength. We'll check on that. I thought that came on the power play, but we'll double check. 2-1, Mesquite leads. Valadez takes it away to Lovegrove, who lets the ball come to him and then plays it back. Lovegrove will go to the bench. Changes are made as Jones gets.
So I'm wondering if maybe he's dealing with an injury or something. Usually you'll see him take longer shifts than that.
Tapia has come in. Oteze, who's played well tonight, plays it square to Jones. Comes to Tapia. Tapia gets it to Jones, then makes a run up the right flank, and the ball's coming his way. But Ortega is there for San Diego, chesting it down at the feet of Ubi Parapovic. Back to Pardo. Pardo might have got a little too cute there, but he's able to keep it out of his own goal.
That thing
if he wasn't nervous, I was nervous for him.
I was saying, me too.
Headed by Ubi Parapovic, who nods it forward, gets across halfway, chips it up the right flank, has Bond there, played into the area for Childs, broken up by Jones, comes to Powell. The Outlaws control in their own end. High pressure from San Diego. Cardenas trying to get through neutral territory, and the ball's out of play.
Well, and I'll tell you, that play by Mike Jones, looked pretty simple, but he shucked Craig Childs and then got the ball and exited. Really, really nice defensive play by Mike Jones.
Sent up the right flank by Pollo. Laid back for Rio by De Leon. De Leon being chased. Unable to make the connection. It goes all the way to Pardo.
Yeah, he wanted Vic Moore leeway. Just Vic Moore went right, and he passed it left.
This is Pittman. Playing it to Chomley, moves to his right and snags it out of the air. Puts it at the feet of Lee.
Yeah, Pollo looked it in, saw it coming.
Lee dispossessed, taking it back. Vic Moore Aligwe draws a double team. He has his pocket pick. Contreras with the steal. Pittman lays it back for Reza. 5:17 to play here in the half. The Outlaws lead 2-1. Oteze and Ellis with the goals for Mesquite. Childs scoring for San Diego. De Oliveira to the right wing side. Little give and go. De Oliveira moves to the right wing. Sets it up. Left-footed shot. Just missed. May have hit the post.
Nice run there by Leo, man. Great job. Got the ball back. Left-footed shot just off the post. I agree. I think it was just inches away.
Pino switches it to Ortega. Marked by Lee with 4:40 to play here in the second quarter. Pardo pushes it across his own line. San Diego down a goal. Looking for the target man, De Oliveira, who got a boot pretty high.
Yeah, it's a high boot. Yeah, no doubt. Good job by Sigic calling that one.
So De Oliveira called for his second foul. Comes with 4.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Ellis sends it up the right channel, but too much weight on that pass for Oteze. And the Sockers control. Farber receives it just beyond his own line, sends it back inside the San Diego line, and now Pardo gets it across halfway toward the Mesquite line to Oliveira with a nice backheel pass. Farber off the end boards, and then it gets picked out of the air by the keeper, Pollo Cortez.
Pollo, nice job playing that and grabbed it. Beautiful job being sound with his rebounds.
Ortega playing it off the corner glass, kept it in play. Farber got a shot off, and the rebound comes all the way back out to the left wing, and Farber plays it back to Ortega, marked by Valadez. Switch to the right side. Farber has it there, taken away. Lovegrove begins the counterattack to Valadez. To Ellis, who traps it just inside the Mesquite line. Played back to Cortez, to Ellis. Ellis keeps it on the ground, plays it to the feet of Powell. Sent back to Cortez as we wind our way down under 3.5 minutes. A nice distribution here, right on target, and a delayed penalty, but a goal is scored.
There you go. There's George De Leon. Beautiful job collecting that ball and hitting Omar Tapia left foot back of the net. But man, what an impressive play by George De Leon to get that ball down. I think, you really
won. The Outlaws lead.
And there's again Tapia just kind of swooping in, cleaning up the mess, if you will.
Tapia now with goals in back-to-back games.
And I got to give it to, did the distribution come off the foot of Pollo Cortez there? We got to give him a little bit of credit, Pete.
No, he put it right on the money.
Yep.
Helped set up that goal.
Yep. I mean, you could see obviously he's got, he just has to, sometimes you got to slow down. You just got to kind of slow down and not sometimes he just clearance. You play outdoors and you clear like that, that's no big deal.
Right. Yeah.
But primarily.
Yeah, you clear like that, goes out of play.
Yeah,
they get a throw in.
Exactly.
They're in their own end. Here, you get a restart at the top of the penalty arc. And when you got a guy like Childs, he can bury it from that mark. And that's what happened, accounting for the only San Diego goal.
My old head coach, Chris Sobieski, former Sidekicks goalkeeper, told me, when in doubt, kick it out. Outdoor.
Oteze, Ellis, and Tapia, the goal scorers. Powell, Valadez, and De Leon have registered assists tonight for the Mesquite Outlaws, who are out shooting San Diego 10-7. Both teams with 4 shots on goal here in the second quarter. And there's 3:16 remaining in the period.
Yeah, and the shots on goal are very surprising to me. Outlaws have not very often outshot a team. And granted, we still got a lot of game left here, but that's a great stat for the Mesquite Outlaws.
Childs restarts play for the San Diego Sockers, who trail by 2 goals. They're coming off a 7-3 loss to Ontario. They're 5-4 away from home this season. And right now, Monterey's rooting for Mesquite. They would clinch the West if the Outlaws could pull out a victory here tonight. I don't think Monterey's too worried about it. They're going to clinch the West inevitably.
Yeah, 18-1. Impressive team.
This is Ward through traffic. Lays it off to the left wing. Playing it back to Ward, to Pino. Ubiparapovic finds Ward off the inboards. Cardinha steps in front of Childs, never lets him get it. Send it over the boards, and this will be a restart from the top of the penalty arc, but that's a nice play by Cardinhas.
Yeah.
That's playing it into safety.
I was going to say, that's the one you're okay with that one.
Don't let Childs get that shot in the middle of the area, but here he is on the restart, setting up Pittman, and Pittman buries it.
My goodness, what an explosive shot from Pittman. Man, that thing had velocity on it like you've never seen. Sweet little pass from Childs, back of the net, right past Cardinhas. Man, what an impressive shot.
I still say that wasn't a horrible play by Cardinhas, but man, the 2 goals have come on restarts at the top of the penalty arc. You just don't want to give that to San Diego, but in Cardinhas' defense, in this situation, he was keeping Childs from receiving it in the middle of the area. He was stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, you got to sometimes you got to pick your poison, and he did there. But man, San Diego on these free opportunities.
Yep, don't let them have a restart.
Lethal.
In Mesquite territory. Oh, this is played back to Cortez sloppily by Jones. Pollo scrambles to get back to it. Fortunate that it angled away from the goal, because that would have tied it.
Yeah.
That would have been ugly.
Oh, man, that would have just been a disaster.
Ellis to Cortez, and Cortez quickly plays it ahead to Valadez. Valadez nearly ran into the foot of Ortega.
I was going to say that to me that was definitely played with a high kick, in my opinion. But back to Jones, he's so good with his passes. So a rare mistake from Jones, who recovered, by the way.
Valadez disrupts the Sockers' attack. They move back inside the Outlaws line, and that ball is sliced through the area off the right foot of Gutierrez. Comes back to Pino. Gutierrez on the right wing, nearly turned over. De Leon not able to take it away, and now Tovar sends it into the area from a tough angle, and Cortez is able to cover it up.
Played well by Pollo, again anticipating the bounce.
Cortez sends it to halfway, right on Lee to Ellis. Outlaws holding on to a one-goal lead. We're down to the final 68 seconds of the first half as Jones sends it inside the attacking line on the left wing side. It's poked away, but right back to Jones, who finds De Leon. De Leon along the right wing boards, back to Ellis. 53 seconds remaining in the period. Outlaws with a one-goal lead in possession. Leaves it for Jones. We're down to 40 seconds as Lee receives the pass. Back to Cortez. Nice job by the Outlaws here, controlling the ball and the clock right now. Less than a half minute remaining. Cortez with a diagonal ball, intercepted, turned over. Comes to Tovar. Tovar lays it back for Gutierrez. 17 seconds remaining. Ortega under the superstructure to the corner for Farber, but it's out of play. Just couldn't catch that corner glass, and it goes over the boards.
Missed the structure by inches. I was like, man, what a play, and then it went out of bounds. But, you can see that the teams coming in here, they've got to adjust. They have to adjust for the big video board.
Man, and that's one thing about the MASL. Everybody's got a unique setup, it seems like.
Yep.
Here's Vic Moraligwe. He's denied an opportunity here as time runs out in the second quarter. It's been a fun first half of play at the Mesquite Arena. The Outlaws have never trailed. Oteze gave them the lead with a goal at 9:54 of the first to make it 1-0. And then Childs tied the game 9 seconds into the second period.
Yeah, and really, really fun indeed. A lot of action. Man, I'll tell you, if you like footwork, fancy footwork, this is the game for you. I mean, we've seen some moves, some off the walls, just all kinds of set pieces from San Diego as well. This is really, truly one of those kind of old school indoor soccer games. Has been very, very fun to watch.
And Childs has been really potent at the top of the penalty arc on restarts. He scored 9 seconds into the second period on a restart, unassisted. To restart, he found Travis Pittman at 12:28 of the second, and Pittman buried it top shelf. And we go to the locker room, 3-2, Mesquite with the advantage. Much different than what we saw in San Diego a month ago when the Sockers struck 3 times in the first 2 minutes and held off the Outlaws. We've had 18 shots in the first half of this one, and Mesquite's got 10 of those, including 6 in the first quarter, when the Sockers were outshot 6-3.
Yeah, I think the Outlaws were starstruck in San Diego. I mean, that's the best way to describe it. They're in this big arena with all these fans and just one of the top franchises in the league and all time.
And one of the great home field advantages.
Great home field advantage. I mean, I think they were starstruck, and you think, oh my gosh. And they settled down. Defense doing a great job of keeping the ball in front of them, clogging up the lanes. Man, if they could just get a little better on those distributions, not giving San Diego top of the key opportunities, this would be a 3-0 game.
Vic Moore-Aligwe given the only blue card in the first half. We saw 6 fouls, 4 called against the Sockers and 2 called against Mesquite. And here at the half, the Outlaws holding on to a 1-goal lead, 3-2. We've got an exciting second half coming up here at Mesquite Arena. Right now, let's take you around the league. Frank Tayo had 3 goals and 5 assists, leading Ontario to a 13-4 rout over Dallas. Joseph Curiel and Juan Carlos Gonzalez had 2 goals apiece. The Fury raced out to an 8-0 lead in that game before Victor Almendarez scored for Dallas. Lipe would score twice. Freddie Mujan added a goal for Dallas. This is a road trip the Sidekicks won't soon forget. Their equipment was stolen from the team while they were having a team meal. They called the police, immediately filing a report, and Ontario stepped up to help the Sidekicks. They worked with one of their local sponsors, and they found some equipment for the Sidekicks to use. The Sidekicks ended up playing in the old Stockton Rush uniforms, so the Fury taking advantage of their sponsor, 100% Soccer, to help the Sidekicks out with shoes, shin guards, and other equipment. And the president of the Fury said, hey, we're all one family in the end. It's unfortunate this happened, but I'm glad we were able to put a plan in action right away and help the Kicks get ready for the game. And he said 100% Soccer understood and wanted to help in any way they could. The Sidekicks expressed their thanks to the Fury, and they were able to play the game. Unfortunately, things didn't go well for Dallas on the field either. They lost that game 13-4. The Sidekicks will be back in action as they are playing again tonight, as the Sidekicks are facing the Turlock Express tonight. That game in Turlock, that gets underway here in about an hour or so. Rochester seeking their elusive first victory of the season tonight, hosting Utica. And Utica, we saw here in the Metroplex last week, they were able to sweep both the Sidekicks and the Outlaws, part of a 5-game winning streak. Right now they're 1 game behind Florida in the loss column with 2 games in hand. Baltimore right now sits 4th in the East, leading Harrisburg by a half game following a 7-season series, 3-1. And they're in a 1-1 tie right now. By the way, Utica is leading Rochester 6-2 at last report. Baltimore has a 14-3 win over the Seawolves this year, and they shut out Orlando 7-0. Milwaukee taking on Kansas City, the Wave with a 3-1 lead in that game. They've won all 4 meetings with the Comets this year, including a 12-5 victory earlier this month at Panther Arena. Ian Bennett scored 4 goals for the Wave. Kansas City right now tied with Baltimore and Harrisburg in the loss column with 7 defeats. Kansas City has 2 games in hand on the Heat, 3 in hand on the Blast, but right now trailing the Wave 3-1. St. Louis coming off a 10-6 loss to Kansas City, hosting Ontario as they meet for the first time this season. The Fury with an early 1-0 lead there. At 8-9, St. Louis is 7th in the East, 5-3 at home. Ontario has a 1-game lead over Tacoma for 4th in the West, looking to extend their winning streak to 5 games. Frank Tayo of Ontario has taken the lead in the Stars point race. He's got 230 points. He's got 6 first stars, 2 second stars, and 1 third stars. Right now he's leading the league with 48 points. He's got 34 goals in 16 games. He leads Ian Bennett of Milwaukee by 30 points in the Star points race. Leo Gibson of Kansas City and Brian Aguilar each have 190 points. Craig Childs of San Diego right now is 5th with 170 points. Anthony Powell of Mesquite has 90 points in the Star points race. So that's kind of a look at what's happening around the MASL. Here tonight at the Mesquite Arena, the Outlaws are leading the San Diego Sockers 3-2, and Mesquite could not have asked for a better start.
Yeah, indeed. It's a great start for Mesquite. They love the close games. A lot of their games, a lot of their losses have been by only a few goals. So they're never really out of games, Pete. They hang around. They've got good defense, as we talked about a lot tonight. It's their offenses where they've kind of struggled a little bit, but off to a fast start. Couple of defenders chipping in on offense, something we haven't seen a whole lot of from the Mesquite Outlaws. But, man, when you got guys like Cody Ellis and defender J.J. Oteze, it's a huge boon for the Outlaws offense.
We've got more action coming up this weekend, and you can see all of these games on MASL TV. Sonora visits Florida. Milwaukee played a thriller last week.
Yeah.
The Wave coming away with a victory. Rochester will be hosting Baltimore tomorrow night, and Harrisburg welcomes Orlando. And then on Sunday, 4 more games with Utica hosting Rochester, St. Louis visiting Milwaukee, and we'll be able to see the Sockers again here in the Metroplex on Sunday afternoon. It'll be a Sunday fun day at the Allen Event Center when the Sidekicks host the Sockers, and the Comets are playing the Fury on Sunday. And also on Sunday, it's the Blast and the Heat. So this is a busy weekend. The games are starting to come fast and furious in the MASL.
Yeah, and if you look at, you were talking about the East versus West, not to belabor, but if you look at Harrisburg, they're plus 30 goal differential, Kansas City plus 13. That would put them at second and third place respectively in the West. So one of those teams, Harrisburg or Kansas City, trying to chase down Baltimore is going to be, possibly 2 of them are going to be out of the playoffs. Unfortunate situation, but you never know too though when the playoffs start. It's a home and home situation. So sometimes teams play well at home, sometimes they play not so great on the road. But it'll be fun.
You can ask San Diego about the playoffs. They thought they had a championship coming their way. It would have been their 15th championship, but Monterey had other ideas last year.
Monterey, the steam train, the runaway train, if you will. And what'll be interesting to see is with the West, obviously you look like Monterey, you got San Diego, Sonora, and Ontario kind of hanging on that 4th place. But really, we've seen Tacoma here in Dallas, not a bad team at all.
They're a tough team to figure out.
They really are, yeah. Mesquite, you're not sure what you're going to get with Mesquite. Not a lot of offense necessarily, but great defense. And you got guys like Tattoo, Sagu, and Nick Stavro at the helm there. They got a lot of experience in the playoffs. So, I don't know. I wouldn't count out the West either. I think they're going to be a tough team, and you could see easily the Ron Newman Cup in the West this season.
Yeah, certainly Monterey's going to be a contender, that's for sure. So the champion could come out of the West, and they're 5-4 on the road, and they've against the East. They've pretty much broken even so far. They're 3-2 against the East, I believe, this year.
Yeah.
So. Sonora's a team that's on the rise in the West.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. And look at this. This is an interesting stat for the 2 Mexico-based teams, Monterey and Sonora. Only 2 losses in Mexico the entire season, and both of those Sonora.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm going to be honest. I don't want to go down to Mexico and play a playoff game because you can chalk it up as a loss.
I would be surprised if Monterey picks Sonora as an opponent.
Oh, that's interesting. That's
going to be really fascinating to see how that unfolds because, maybe it is just going to be automatic that the number 1 seed picks the 4th seed, but not necessarily so.
Well, and that's in that scenario with Monterey where it sits today. You've got Ontario at 4th. Does Monterey really want to face Frank Tayu in the former Monterey
Flash? That's a great point because Ontario's coming on strong. Right now, this is a team, you're talking about Ontario. They got a 4-game winning streak. They're likely to make that a 5-game winning streak. No telling how long that streak could go because I think their next game is against the Comets. So they're coming on strong. No, I don't want to face Frank Tayo, and nobody knows that better than Monterey because he was scoring for them last year.
Exactly. He was terrorizing the league as a flash player. What a brilliant – you got to really hand it to Ontario in the offseason, what they did, with some free agents over there and snagging up the Tayo brothers, the brothers Tayo, both of those guys, and doing a nice job. And then they really struggled on defense at first, but I think they've kind of settled down. So Ontario, man, that's a team. And these Tacoma Stars, I don't want to face these guys. Alex Megson, the elegant assassin, perpetually getting highlight reel goals. You got Toth in goal. Has been incredible all season. I don't know. I don't want to face any of these teams.
For the life of me, I can't figure out how they're -7.
Yeah.
And they play a lot better than their record. They're 7-9 overall. They're just 4-3 at home. They're 3-6 on the road. Twice they've come to the Metroplex and been victimized on the second day of a back-to-back.
Yep.
Once in Allen, once in Mesquite against the Sidekicks and the Outlaws. And they just haven't been able to string together wins. It's just win one, lose one. And if they could get on a run here at the end of the season, like what we're seeing from Ontario, they could be a dangerous team. That is going to be, you're right, that's going to be a fun race here.
Yeah.
You've got Sonora, Ontario, and Tacoma, 3 teams battling for 2 spots with really Mesquite, Turlock on the outside looking in. Dallas could be eliminated as early as tonight.
Yeah, and when you talk about Tacoma, Thursday, March 19th, Mesquite goes to Tacoma, and then again Sunday, March 22nd, Mesquite is in Tacoma, so they could exert their their payback, if you will,
right
at the end of the season with both.
That's
both
one trip. They play on the 19th.
Right.
They play on a Thursday, and then they'll take a day off, or maybe even 2 days off. They'll play 2 days off, and then play the second game against Tacoma. So that's an interesting setup, and those could be huge games for Tacoma, and they're going to be out for revenge after losing here at Mesquite last week.
Absolutely, yeah. And Nick Pereira, man, I never want to see that guy upset.
So the Outlaws finish with 3 straight road games. They've only got 2 more here at home after tonight.
Yeah, then you've got the crosstown derby, so you could argue that's a that's a home.
Yeah, they'll have a fan base there. That's a good point.
Yep.
And then they play twice more here at the Mesquite Arena after tonight, and then finish up with 3 road games. So if they were in the playoff race, that would be a tough way to have to finish the season with 3 straight road games.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
Meanwhile, San Diego came out of the locker room early, warming up. They find themselves trailing the Outlaws here 3-2. And I would think that the Outlaws just want to kind of replicate what happened in the first half.
Yeah, I agree. They really did a nice job on defense.
They don't want to give up those restarts.
Yeah, that's exactly. Seriously, that is really truly it. A couple of restarts at the top of the arc, and victimized by Craig Childs and his lethal right foot. And there you go. It's a different game if they don't give up both of those opportunities, prime opportunities for San Diego. And Childs, you can see here, lobbying the referees on screen and arguing his case, if you will, greasing the skids.
He's making his case, but Ryan Segich is kind of laughing, at least smiling.
Yeah, Well, what's funny is that the beginning,
they've heard it all.
Yeah, I was going to say, the beginning of this game, I saw Phil Salvaggio down talking to Segich and the referees, and Jamie Lovegrove, who, of course, played 5 games with San Diego back in 17-18, came swooping over and immediately tried to pull Salvaggio away and then started loving on the referees. And, just the head games began at the very beginning of the game.
Tattoo getting a chance to visit with the officials before we begin. Pete Stein along with Matt Thornton. Glad you could be with us on MASL TV. The Outlaws hosting San Diego. Mesquite 5-12. San Diego 12-5. The second meeting of the season between these two teams. San Diego won the first, trying to get an equalizer here early. Childs unable to pull the trigger early in the third quarter. Here comes the counterattack, and Lovegrove has it in the center circle. Lovegrove will quickly go to the bench. You're right, he really is short shifting tonight.
Yeah, really short shifts. And that typically when I've seen that from Jamie, he's dealing with some kind of an injury. I don't want, I never want to project on the guy, but very, very short shifts.
Jones to Tapia, finds Ellis. This is what Mesquite did so well, particularly in the first quarter. Just play keep away from the dangerous Sockers. That ball is sent past Tapia.
I got to say it, I love Pardo's kit. That thing is really sharp. Look at the green and black.
I know why you like it, because it's the color of money.
Is that? maybe that's what it is.
Vic Moraligwe runs up on it and gets it to his own keeper, Pollo Cortez, sent out to halfway. Pittman, who scored a goal in the first half for San Diego, finds Ward. Back to Pittman. Played back to Z. Roberto, who saw limited playing time in the first half.
Yeah, Pittman with that ferocious shot. He was angry, man. I'm surprised it didn't come out of the back of the net.
Pardo pushes it across his own line. Sent up the right wing boards. De Oliveira poking it ahead up the boards, but gets it right back from Pittman and now switches it to the left side. It comes back to the right side for Velez, who goes down.
Yeah,
and they call the foul on Mesquite.
Yeah, J.J. Oteze, it's an easy call. It was an egregious, so definitely just a foul.
Velez off the inboards, into the corner. Oteze fending off Velez, begins the counterattack, but he's unable to get past the defender, Contreras. And now a ball out of play.
Boy, beautiful job by Contreras just stopping them cold, because he was off to the races down the left side, was J.J. Oteze.
Contreras plays it to Pee-wee. Ortega sends it up the left wing boards. Joan marking De Oliveira. Contreras receives it on the right side. We've played just over 2 minutes of the third quarter. Into the corner for Pittman. Pittman gets it back from Velez to Ortega. Pittman has been on the floor for a while, now runs to the bench to make a change, and it's Ubi Parapovic, who's into the game for San Diego, wearing the powder blue kit. Mesquite in the dark blue with the red shorts. Contreras plays it up the right wall in neutral territory, finding Brian Farber. Farber making a run to the corner. Jones keeping an eye on him. The ball sent to Farber on the ground. Farber has it. Valadez is there. And the foul called.
Sigic was going to let him play, and almost like Valadez almost called his own foul there a little bit. He stopped and looked.
Ubi Parapovic with this restart with the left foot. Pardo. It's wedged between the legs of Pardo, who's not happy that Lee keeps kicking at the ball, and Lee saying, "Hey, I'm just playing the game."
Yeah, Brendan Lee, he got 3 good shots on Pardo. Not happy about that. But to be honest with you, Brendan Lee was going for the ball there. The ball was not in Pardo's possession. But man, Brendan Lee, he's going to draw the ire of every single San Diego Sockers player doing a play like that.
Distribution to Childs. Turned over to the Outlaws. Unable to get it to Lee as Ortega intercepts. Ortega leaves it out for Ubi Parapovic. Sockers in the attacking third. Get it to center circle. Plays it to De Oliveira at the Mesquite line. A little give and go with Ortega, who chested down in the corner. Gets it right back from Ward to Pino. Ortega, marked by Contreras, plays it to the left wing.
Big save by Pollo Cortez. Staying in it, keeping his head.
Mesquite goes on the counter. Lee not able to get past Pittman.
And Rio had the ball there. No Mesquite Outlaw player came to help him out. Just all kind of standing watching him. You know, man, you got to help your guy out a little bit.
Pardo to Pino. Pardo sends it up the right side boards. Keeping it on the ground for De Oliveira, who gets it to Gutierrez. Now to Pino. Shadowed by Contreras. Oh, he's got De Oliveira open. De Oliveira not able to get the ball settled quickly enough. Gets it on his left foot, blocked by Contreras. Lovegrove receives it, plays it back to Pollo Cortez. He chips it out beyond halfway. Control, making changes on the fly. They've got a target man in the area, but it never gets to him. Oteze heads it. It goes right to the feet of Tovar. Won back by Oteze.
Great job, Oteze there, retaining possession. That was a dangerous opportunity because, boy, 51 Eric Tovar was lurking.
It remains 3-2 Outlaws as we've played just over 5 minutes. We've got 9:50 remaining here in the third quarter as De Leon is controlling the ball, and then Tovar takes it away, lays it out to the right wing side for Velez, off the inboards into the area. Nobody there for San Diego. Mesquite not able to get it cleared, but Cortez controls and distributes up the right wing side, beginning the counterattack for the Outlaws. Tapia trying to weave his way through traffic, loses possession.
Yeah, Velez there, good job on defense, just really being patient, poking that ball away from Tapia, who had a great opportunity if he could get around him.
Ubi Parapovic playing the long ball on the ground, but it's taken away by the Outlaws, who control in their own end. Sent to Vic the soccer. Oh, nice defensive play. Here comes Vic Moraligwe. Up the center forward channel to the attacking line. A crossover move. San Diego and Ubi Parapovic.
Yeah, Vic Moore swept his leg there. That's an easy call for the referee. It was definitely a foul by Vic Moore.
Pee Wee ends up on the turf. And Ortega will restart play, sending it ahead to Ward.
Vic Moore's in the top 3 in the MASL with fouls.
Pittman getting ahead on it. Now Childs with a header. Still up in the air, a 50-50 ball. Knocked down by Lee to Aligwe as the Outlaws control with less than 8.5 minutes to play in the third. Mesquite holding on to a 1-goal lead. San Diego seeing most of the possession here in the last few minutes. Jones playing it into the area. Contreras got tripped up.
Yeah, and Cardenas, he got spilled. He wants a card there because he was making a run, and he has a bit of a beef. You can see clearly just stepped on the back of his heel there was, I believe that's Raymond Reza.
Sorry, Roberto gets called for the foul. To Rio. Rio moves into the corner, around the boards, into the area, and falling on top of it is Pardo. Pardo distributes to halfway. Tapia is there for the Outlaws. Rio sends it back to Cortez. He finds De Leon. De Leon gets to the San Diego line to Tapia. Fires, just misses. Rebound, De Leon. He almost got it across the goal line.
That's going to be a handball, I believe, on San Diego. It should be on San Diego, and apparently not.
Yep, it's going to be goalkeeper distribution for the Sockers.
Man, I got to disagree with that one. Looked to me like it bounced off of San Diego Soccer's hand.
Pardo and Contreras. Pardo not wanting to deal with that superstructure, keeping it on the ground a lot. Yeah. And putting it at the feet of De Oliveira, who got a little bit of a shove there from Cardenas. Contreras moves up the right side.
Yes, he allows them to play. You know, he allows them to bang around on each other and to push and
the game at the same time, and that's a fine line, but he walks it well.
Indeed.
Valadez lays it back to Oteze.
You just have to know with both this guy coming in, 9.8 penalty minutes average for San Diego, 6.0. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen more penalties.
Well, I'm sure that was a point of emphasis for San Diego because they spent a lot of time in the box in their loss to Ontario. Again, they lost 7-3, and I think they gave up 3 power play goals in that game.
Yeah.
Ellis back to Cortez, who finds De Leon. De Leon knocks it down, but not able to get past De Oliveira, who sends a blind pass that's intercepted, and Nunez nearly got that one on frame, missed just wide left with the left foot.
Oh, Nunez just hesitated a little too much, had too much time to think about it, and missed wide left.
It's an interesting group out here on the pitch right now for the Outlaws, who are going to get a restart as a foul is called against Pino, pushing down Nunez.
Yeah, very interesting because you had De Leon, Jones, Cody Ellis, Nunez, and Anthony Powell.
This is Jones to Ellis, the 2 veterans. Played out to the right wing side. Ellis moving in, has it on his left foot, backheels it into space in the corner, follows it, plays it off the end boards. Nunez got a foot on it, deflects it over to Jones. As Mesquite's able to keep it in the attacking third, they now retreat toward midfield.
Yeah, Nunez is kind of playing the Sean David role, I think, tonight. You know, it doesn't have a fraction of the Sean David experience, but I think that's kind of the role he's playing right now.
Nunez was open, but Cardenas plays it over to Vicmore Aligwe, who switches it to Jones. Jones lays it back to Oteze, who opened the scoring tonight with a tally at 9:54 the first. Mesquite has never trailed, and they lead 3-2 with 4:36 to play here in the period. We're in the third quarter at Mesquite Arena. We've not had a second half goal.
Yeah, both teams, good pressure, but just nobody getting some open shots here.
San Diego has scored twice off restarts. Trying to play a wall pass. Oliveira turns it over to Mike Jones.
Yeah,
Jones was trying to get it to Pittman.
Yeah, both teams just possession here. Trying to retain possession, not give the ball away.
How about Cardenas wearing the captain's armband? Gets it to De Leon.
Is Lovegrove done for the night, maybe? Because he'd have to give that up, wouldn't he? I don't think they have co-captains. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't believe the Mesquite Outlaws have co-captains, so we may have seen the last of Lovegrove.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
We've noted that Lovegrove was working pretty short shifts.
Yeah.
Rio plays it to Cortez. Sends the ball over the top. Intercepted by Contreras. Gets it to Ward. Back to Contreras, who volleys it ahead. Bounces in the area. And Cortez goes up to grab it and then quickly distributes to Rio. Rio moves up the left flank. Inside the San Diego line to Vicmore Aligwe, who's grabbed by Contreras, and that's a restart for the Outlaws.
Yeah, that's a good call there. No doubt whatsoever on the grab. If you're going to do it, make it obvious.
Ellis to Nunez to the right wing side for Oteze. Comes back to Nunez. Ellis to Oteze. Oteze draws a double team off the inboards into the area. Cleared out of play, and now it's Mesquite that will get a restart at the top of the penalty arc after a timeout. The Outlaws lead 3-2.
The Mesquite Outlaws would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield Goods Brands, starting production in 1817. Miter is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL2. The MASL and Miter share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. Miter's Astros Division ball is the official game ball for MASL League play. Miter's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate flight than the average ball and has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more.
Warm up on the bench, and he's got a wrap around his right leg. Yeah. Thanks to John Ballou for passing us that note. As we're playing here in the third period, Oteze, Ellis, and Tapia have scored tonight for Mesquite. Childs has a goal and an assist for San Diego. The Outlaws lead 3-2, trying to avenge a loss earlier this season to San Diego when the Sockers struck 3 times in the opening 2 minutes and beat Mesquite 5-3 out on the West Coast.
Yeah, tough break for Mesquite, losing captain Jamie Lovegrove, because, man, we mentioned at the top of the game, he's the engine, he's the heart and soul of that offense. So somebody else is going to have to step up. We see Nunez getting a lot more time here, and maybe he's the man.
San Diego also looking for somebody to step up, because the first time they played Mesquite, Serta and Ruiz had to a 3-2 lead with 2.5 minutes to play in the third.
Yeah, Farber's had some good opportunities. Childs, of course, always around the ball, always a danger. So it looked to one of those guys to try to even it up here, if they possibly can.
Cardenas and De Leon conferring. You've got Ellis on a post. It looks like it's going to be Jones delivering this kick from the top of the penalty arc. Valadez is to the right side. The Outlaws show a lot of movement here, and we've got encroachment.
Yeah, they're going to make them redo it because the entire wall moves forward.
De Leon over the ball. Jones over the ball. Cardenas drives it into Pardo, who came away with the save. It's cleared beyond halfway. Cardenas chasing for the Outlaws, holding on to a 3-2 lead with 2:20 to play in the third.
Pardo, nice job keeping that ball just right in front of him. Looked it all the way into his gloves. Didn't catch it, but got a nice rebound off of it out of the harm's way.
Nunez back to Jones. San Diego not putting on any real high pressure here. Cardenas, now here comes the pressure. Jones facing Velez, drives it deep looking for Valadez.
Yeah, he wanted a handball.
No call forthcoming. They say Contreras. The Outlaws trying to win it in their own end, but Ward gets to the 50-50 ball first. Played to Pino.
Bond has had a nice game tonight, number 2. He's really doing a good job. He's been active. Such a long, tall, lean player.
Bond, Taylor Ward Bond. A minute 25 to play. We're in the third quarter. The Outlaws with a 1-goal lead. San Diego with possession as time is running out here in the third period. Gutierrez is dispossessed but fouled.
Unfortunate there. I thought Mike Jones and Valadez did a nice job on the wall there getting that ball, and the Mesquite crowd certainly didn't like that call either.
I love the fact we've got a live band, a brass band
yeah.
here in Mesquite.
It's fun.
I just think that's a great touch.
Yeah, it
I
is.
thought that would be great in indoor soccer. I've thought that for a long time.
Yeah.
And Mesquite's done it.
They have constant sound.
I think it's Kickin' Brass, I think is the name
Kickin'
of the
Brass, there you go.
perfect name for an indoor soccer band. Into the area, sent by De Oliveira, but Farmer never gets a chance. The Outlaws begin the counterattack. Jones will send it back and then go to the bench as changes are made. Long ball for Powell in the corner, marked by Pino. Powell trying to settle it in the area. Left-footed shot. It's a goal for Powell, and it's a 2-goal lead for the Outlaws.
What an incredible play by Anthony Powell. How did he even do this? He pops it up once, twice, left foot, just off the left foot of Boris Pardo back of the net. Man, what an incredible play by Anthony Powell. He's the man that, frankly, he wasn't in that game, this last game against Tacoma. They really missed him, Mesquite did, I think. And, man, you're seeing why. He's just an impressive young player.
Cortez gets the assist on this goal. The second shot of the third period for Mesquite is a goal for Powell. 4 different goal scores for Mesquite. They lead San Diego 4-2 with 40 seconds to play in the third period. And Vic Moraligwe chasing down the ball. The Outlaws in the area for Childs, and it's poked away. Cleared, but only as far as Ortega. Ortega was looking for a handball, none forthcoming. This will go all the way to Pardo. He'll grab it with 2 hands and roll it to the feet of Contreras. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Long ball, De Leon fielding it off the corner boards for the Outlaws. Not able to get it cleared. The final 3 seconds ticking off the clock here in the third period as Ellis holds it in the corner. Time runs out in the third period, and the Outlaws have increased their lead up 3-2 at half. They go to the fourth quarter, leading the Sockers by 2.
Wow, what an awesome quarter that was. Man, I'll tell you, lots of back and forth action, good defense, some scoring opportunities, and some great goalkeeping, too, by Pardo and Pollo Cortez. Man, we're seeing it all tonight, Pete.
We still had just the one penalty called against Vic Moraligwe. At 13:55 of the first, he was called for boarding, and that set up a Craig Childs power play goal off a restart for the top of the penalty arc. He also assisted on a restart as Pittman scored, but the Outlaws have had 4 different goal scorers. Powell with a goal and an assist tonight for Mesquite.
Yeah, and Anthony Powell had an assist in that game back on January 19th as well when they were playing in San Diego. And, man, I mean, you look at the stats, everything's pretty close. 13 shots to Outlaws, 12 for the Sockers. He had 8 fouls for the Outlaws, 7 for the Sockers. So really, really even. But, man, it's the defense coming up with a couple goals for the Outlaws. And then, man, Anthony Powell, what an impressive play. Twice popped it up to himself. I thought maybe looking for a bicycle kick, but just couldn't get it up high enough. And he's certainly a guy who can do that.
This is quite a performance, back-to-back performances at home for Mesquite. And fun arena soccer.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, some of it maybe that they're just kind of learning the game as San Diego could eat it.
As we've pointed out, this is a Mesquite side that's played strong defense this season.
And I like the powder blues of the San Diego Sockers too. You gotta like the powder blue and the Boris Pardo green, money green kit, and then you've got that dark blue and that red for the Mesquite Outlaws with the gold trim. It's got the gold. You throw the little bit of gold in there, kind of make it regal.
Well, the Outlaws have to hold on for 15 more minutes here at Mesquite Arena. Looking for their 6th win of the year, their 4th win here at home.
And, boy, Oteze's had a nice game tonight.
And he broke the seal on this game with a brilliant strike in the first quarter.
Yeah, and he's listed as a defender. He plays as a midfielder a lot, but
he's great on the counterattack.
He really is. Very good. Got a good shot. Always puts it on point.
He's out there with Jones, Ellis, and Aligwe as the Outlaws restart play. Sent back to Pollo Cortez. The 5th man out there is Nunez right now. Turned over to San Diego. Contreras lays this back to Pardo.
Diego's going to put some high pressure on Pollo
Jones
Cortez.
with a steal at midfield, taking it away from Ward. Tried to make the connection with Aligwe. Aligwe has to chase it into the corner. The officials say play on. San Diego was looking for a foul. Jones lays it back to Ellis.
Bodies flying everywhere. But I think San Diego's going to try to pressure Pollo Cortez, knowing on that distribution, those 2 goals and opportunities. I think we're going to see him kind of push up a little more and try to force the ball off of his foot.
See if they can induce a mistake out of the youngster and get another one of those restarts. They've scored twice off those penalty arc restarts. Once because of poor clearance from Pollo Cortez, and once because Cardenas was trying to keep the ball away from Childs in the middle of the area and just send it over the wall, trying to clear it into safety, but set up an opportunity for Childs off a restart. This is Gutierrez with a blast from distance wide left. Long rebound comes back to Gutierrez. Toe pokes it wide left. It's cleared out to Aligwe. Aligwe on the run through the center circle across halfway to the attacking line. Fires. Too long for Jones, and the rebound goes past him. San Diego controls.
Definitely a passing opportunity there, trying to hit Jones running down his left. He saw him all the way, and those 2 players have great chemistry, Aligwe and Jones.
San Diego needing to overcome a 2-goal deficit in the next 13 minutes and 10 seconds. They trail 4-2. We're into the 4th quarter at Mesquite Arena. Contreras plays it back to Pardo. Pardo to the center circle for Ubi Parapovic. He's got a target, Z. Roberto, and he put it on frame. But Pollo Cortez scoops it up routinely and then distributes to Ellis, making a run up the right channel. He's got a one-timer.
They were not. They said, well, no. We've been here and done that. We're not going to let you do that again to us, brother. Yeah, it's a great back-and-forth action again. Really, really nice job by both teams. What a fun game, man.
This has been a fun game.
Fun game.
And we saw a fun one here on Sunday. What are we saying to you? You should be here February 29th when Monterey comes here.
There you go.
They played a tough one with Monterey earlier this year.
Yeah, that's right. And, Monterey, they may rest some guys. I don't know. Is it too early to start resting guys?
They're going to be thinking about the playoffs, that's for sure. But, I think it probably is too early.
Yeah.
Good, because I want to see Monterey at full strength when they come in here.
Yeah, and there's a shove to the back. I think that's Rio not getting a blue card there. Boy, Craig Childs wanted it, though.
Cardenas got called for the foul.
Not Rio, yeah.
Probably could have called it either way.
Yeah, I think they.
De Leon and Valadez setting up a 2-man wall as this restart will come from the corner. And look out, Childs can be dangerous on these. Timer, wide right off the chest of Cardenas. He's able to get it cleared into neutral territory. Lee couldn't catch up to it, but Cardenas sends it ahead, nodding it to Lee. Lee couldn't catch it all, but there's De Leon scoring!
Wow, what a play. You gotta hand it to Brian Farver, who almost slid in there and stopped this ball, but it just slid over to George De Leon. Brendan Lee, all the work down the middle. Nice job by George cleaning up the garbage in front. But, man, Brian Farber inches away from just stopping that ball from even getting a shot off.
5-2.
Yeah, George De Leon. That's his 11th goal of the season. 2 assists, 13 points now He's fourth on the team.
He's
really,
forever part of Mesquite Outlaw history. He scored the first goal in the history of the franchise.
That's right. Yeah, and he really is an impressive young player. Great footwork. Getting a little better on defense. That was the one thing I think, Pete, when we saw early. He wasn't quite getting back on defense a lot. I think now he's starting to figure that part of the game out. Really, really an impressive young player.
Just under 12 minutes remaining. San Diego now down by 3, making their first stop of 2. Weaves through traffic, sets it up front. Oh, missing is Childs.
Oh.
That happens once every 100 times. He had a wide open net, couldn't put it away. That may be a good omen for the Outlaws.
Wow, Slavisa weaving, dodging, beat about 14 guys in that play, and Craig Childs just couldn't put it away. So rarely, as you said, so rarely happens. Craig Childs misses a wide open net left.
There's no way I would bet against Childs with that wide open net from that distance. A handball called here gives San Diego a restart. Soccer's trying to overcome a 3-goal deficit. We're down to the final 11-10.
And, man, if Slavisa, that play could have been the play of the season had that ball gone in the net because, I mean, Slavisa, he made about 15 moves there. Unbelievable play.
Childs wasn't able to put it away. Getting it back for Ortega. There was a little miscommunication there. Ortega fronted by Lee with 10:38 to play. 5-2, Mesquite with a 3-goal lead.
Yeah, Mesquite, these young rookies going to be really tested in this situation, playing with a lead against a team like San Diego.
Childs trying to split 2 defenders. Contreras comes out of the area to play it. Long distribution, looking for a leeway. Contreras is there for San Diego, unable to control it and whistle, and a restart for Mesquite at midfield.
Yeah, it's played with a high foot there again. So it's Contreras with the high foot. That's the second of the second half for Contreras. Oh,
that's
man.
a blue card.
That's
the first blue card shown to San Diego.
Yeah, Pittman, I mean, he just stuck his elbow directly into Rio Ramirez's face.
Pittman scored a goal at 12:28 of the second. With 10:01 to play in the fourth, he'll go to the penalty box for 2 minutes, and Mesquite will go on the power play. This is not the strength of the Outlaws. That's a little better than 14%. San Diego, not necessarily a great penalty-killing team. They've killed off 15 of 31.
Yeah, 48% on the penalty kills. So, a good opportunity. And what's more important, 2 minutes off the clock here with possession, or should be.
Should be, unless you give up a shorthanded. And Ellis chasing this one down. Pollo Cortez pokes it toward the boards on the right wing side. Ortega is there. Now Ellis will usher it into the area, and that'll be scooped up by Pollo Cortez and placed at the feet of Cardenas, who moves forward into the center circle, play to the left wing side. This is Tapia with a blast. It's blocked by Pino and out of play.
On power play situations, so not in. So let's see if anybody can step up.
Maybe it'll be De Leon who has it now to Ellis. Valadez also working on the power play here. Cardenas on the left side to Ellis. Tapia's over there in the corner on the left side. I think you're on to something too, Matt, because Mesquite would probably be happy just to drain the 2 minutes off the clock with a 3-goal lead.
Exactly.
Valadez at the top of the penalty arc to the left wing side. Tapia not able to control. Cardenas with time and space. That one's right on the doorstep. Valadez not able to put it in the back of the net. De Leon looking to go top shelf from a tough angle. Just missed.
Oh, Valadez, all he had to do was stick his foot out. Oh, he just missed the ball. Tough break there.
The Outlaws were just a razor away from going up 6-2.
Razor's edge.
Header by Valadez over the crossbar and then picked off the high glass by Pardo. 8:19 to play. We're down to the final 15 seconds of the power play when a timeout is called.
Yeah, Valadez doing a really nice job at the target position there on that power play. Really made himself, available, and a couple of nice opportunities just on that one. Just couldn't quite get his foot on it. But here it is again. He got it, but he hit it. He hit it right. He hit it with his left foot. Hit it right wide. Oh, What a tough play there.
It's been a pretty good power play here for the Outlaws, but again, unable to score. They lead 5-2. Had a golden opportunity, but it goes by the boards. There's still 14 seconds on the power play following this timeout here at the Mesquite Arena. An opportunity to tell you that you can always get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. You're watching the Mesquite Outlaws on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.tv.
And with the 5-2 lead for the Mesquite Outlaws, but man, what a fun game it's been.
So Monterey has a chance to clinch the West if Mesquite can hold on here. It's a 3-goal lead for the Outlaws with 8:15 to play. San Diego and Mesquite tonight, and then they stay in the Metroplex and play the Dallas Sidekicks at the Allen Event Center Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and I've talked to teams, I've asked the ones that are coming through, what do you think? Do you like it? And they like it because, very, very little travel between the two teams. No two teams are this close in the entire league.
De Leon to the right wing side for Tapia. Laid back to Contreras. They also get to fly in and out of DFW, which is a great airport.
Yeah, it's a great airport. It's an easy, most cities, it's a direct flight.
Yep.
And you just drive 30, 45 minutes, and you're at your next game.
Contreras fires, and that's well over the goal and way behind the goal. And another timeout here with 7:48 to play. We're back to even strength. The Outlaws leading 5-2. Trying to hold on here and upset the San Diego Sockers.
Yeah, Mitchell Cardenas there. I think he got big eyes. He stuck that thing all the way up to the upper deck and didn't have any chance at going at the goal. But listen, you're never going to score if you don't shoot, right?
Brother Van trying to get this crowd fired up.
I think maybe they're just getting used to the indoor game. Oh, now this side underneath us, they're getting into it.
Well, that's because they're standing up. Now they're getting free T-shirts.
Oh, okay, all right. We got to bribe them. Is that what you're saying?
I'm thinking that might be the case.
Oh man. Well, it's
it's not a golf tournament when you come to an MASL game.
No.
Feel free to make some noise.
Be loud, be proud. Often, a lot of the arenas play music throughout the entire game, not something that you find in most professional sports. They'll quiet down, but
I sometimes wonder if that doesn't take the crowd a little bit out of the game.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
I get it. It's part of the game presentation.
Yeah, I know that some folks are passionate.
Man, I want to hear more from those guys. I want to hear more kicking brass.
The brass kickers are kicking brass.
Well, the Outlaws kicking a little brass tonight, leading 5-2 with 7:45 to play. Play resumes. We're even strength. Soccer sent it in deep, or trying to send it in deep for Z. Roberto, but sent it out of play. Ellis with the restart, back to the keeper, Pollo Cortez to Oteze. Remember, Cortez can't kill a lot of time. He can only keep it for 5 seconds.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
That rims around and into the hands of Pardo. He mixes it up a little bit with Aligwe.
Aligwe, he didn't like that. Aligwe, he's just running. He just bumped into him.
Just a little incidental contact.
Yeah, a little love tap. It's just a little love tap, that's all.
We're down to 7:05 remaining as De Oliveira is marked by Ellis. Laid it back for Pardo. Pardo to Ortega. Pardo pushes it across his own line. Pardo may not be long for this game with the Sockers down by 3. They may go to a 6th attacker. De Oliveira not able to trap it, and Ellis controls. Gets it back to Cortez. Chips it out of his own end. Chested down by Contreras. He winds up from distance, blocked by Ellis. And it comes right to Aligwe. Aligwe controlling in his own end for the Mesquite Outlaws. Cuts back to his left. Nice ball handling
Yeah.
skills by Vic Moore Leagueway.
Oh, you just got to love his footwork. It's so impressive.
Out of Midwestern State University.
Yes, yeah. You know those guys pretty well, don't you, Pete?
I have some idea where that is.
Do the basketball games for those.
Here comes an opportunity, and this is Oteze. Couldn't corral it. He scored the first goal of the game. Wouldn't mind adding to the Outlaws' lead.
Man, they are not calling anything because I
Here
thought.
comes Farber at full speed to the corner, marked by Fires. Cortez goes down, got a hand on it, and Cardenas clears it into the seats. That's not what he wanted to do.
Oh, I mean, I was going to just say, what an incredible play by Mitchell Cardenas, and then he kicks it out, and this is exactly what San Diego wants to happen. Top of the arc, the place where they got their other 2 goals.
Yep, they've got 2 goals tonight, and they both came in this exact situation, a restart atop the penalty arc. Childs scored 1, assisted Pittman on the other, and he's got Pittman to his left here as the Outlaws set up a 3-man wall. Look out for Ubi Parapovic over there on the right. You've got a man on each post as well. Childs with 3 fakes, and then it's to the Oliveira, and he sails one over the right corner. Well, it would have gone over the right corner glass if it hadn't hit the lights.
Woo! Man, I feel like that's the first one they've defended successfully. Am I wrong? I don't know, man. I'll tell you.
It is on the restart at the penalty arc. They were 2 for 2.
Don't give San Diego an opportunity at the top of the arc, man.
Pittman has it. Ward moves in. Back heels it for Z. Roberto. Into the wing side. Intercepted by Jones. The 6th attacker is out for the San Diego Sockers. And wearing the 6th attacker jersey is Eduardo Velez. Velez has it on the left wing boards. We got 5:08 to play. 6th attacker out for San Diego. They're down by 3. Childs winds up. That's blocked by Cardenas, out of play. This restart will come from the left wing boards. Ubi Parapovic sending it to Ortega. Now to the left wing side for the 6th attacker, Velez.
Hey, remember I mentioned 23-plus blocks. All 3 Mesquite Outlaws players are on the field that have 23-plus blocks. Cardenas, Jones, and Cody Ellis. I mean, and then you got Rio Ramirez and De Leon, all defensive-minded players. Yeah, I think Outlaw, you think they know what they want to do here. They want to defend.
De Oliveira wants to score, and he does.
Oh, a nice job by Leo there. Made him pay. Cody Ellis just beaten. And Leo hits the left post, as you can see, bounces in. And Cortez not happy about it.
Well, it wasn't on a restart, but that's the 3rd one they've scored from the top of the penalty arc. De Oliveira doinks one in with 4:23 to play in the 4th. And the Outlaws now lead 5-3.
Yeah, the Outlaws, they really don't need to sit back on this team. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to just kind of sit back in a defensive posture. I realize they had the 6th attacker out, but you need to keep attacking San Diego.
What they need now is possession. And keep the goalkeeper in the game. That's Pardo. Valadez switches it to Cardenas. Cardenas back to Jones with a wall pass. Jones moves forward to halfway. Trying to get past Gutierrez. It's off Gutierrez. Now sent back to Cortez. Quickly to Cardenas. Cardenas gets past Farber to halfway. Pino is there. It's ahead to Valadez. Valadez marked by Contreras in the corner. The Outlaws keeping possession with 3:45 to play.
Yeah, Valadez, they're going to get Valadez on Taylor Bond there.
So Bradley Valadez called for the foul.
Yeah.
That's the 3rd one on him here in the second half.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye on that. And Bond just limped off and immediately sat down on the bench. Taylor Bond did, so we'll keep an eye on that too.
Ortega to the right wing side. This is Ubi Parapovic. Velez, the 6th attacker. Back to the right wing side for De Oliveira, who just scored for San Diego with the 6th attacker out. Velez sets up a one-timer for Childs, blocked by Ellis.
And Cody Ellis closed down on that beautifully.
Childs again. This one to the far post for Farber, unable to turn on it. Rio unable to get it clear. Another shot blocked. De Oliveira taking that shot. Jones chasing it to the corner. Jones trying to get out of his own end. Cardenas is there. It's beyond the reach of Cortez, but the Outlaws control. Farber poking it away from Jones in the direction of Rio. Rio gets it cleared up the left side, but that's out of play, and the Outlaws so aggravated on the bench that it's another where San Diego has already scored twice under similar circumstances. Sockers are down 2 with 2:39 to play, and they get a gift from the Outlaws.
Man, they have got to stop doing that. That is just killer. And it looks like Craig Childs is going to take a timeout. Because, I mean, why not? You talk about it. You scored every time, practically. Oh, man. Boy, those mistakes.
They get a chance to draw something up here.
Man, Tattoo, I can see his red face from up here. Not happy with the top.
Guessing Tattoo is not a great poker player. his emotions constantly.
His face is as red as the Outlaws' shorts right
Maybe
now.
He's raking all the time. I don't know.
I don't know.
He does not hide his emotions.
Well, it's one of those where you just pull out and clear it like that and give San Diego a prime opportunity.
Soccer's got some support here.
Yeah, I saw that. I see a little Califino tequila. It's a pretty decent tequila I hear. I've not, unfortunately, had an opportunity to partake, but I hear
that is not like you.
The taste. I know. Usually I'm all over that kind of stuff, but haven't had a chance to try. But I hear great things. And
waiting for the Outlaws to wrap up this team huddle.
Yeah, Sigic is blowing the whistle, trying to get him in here.
Sixth attacker out for San Diego with a restart atop the penalty arc after a poor clearance by the Outlaws.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Oh.
Pollo. Oh, man, he kicks the ball off the spot.
That's going to be a delay of game warning.
Yeah, he's very fortunate there.
Childs lays it out for a one-timer. Ubi Parapovic has his shot blocked. Ortega heads it back into the area, playing it off the inboards. Cortez finally has a hold of it. Nearly slipped out of his hands. Distributes long up the left side with a throw right to the head of Lee. Marked by Ubi Parapovic. Off Lee's head, it's out of play. And San Diego with the sixth attacker has to come nearly the length of the field with 2:18 to play. Down 5-3.
So if you're going to throw it out of bounds, that's how you do it.
Ubi Parapovic to the corner for Farber. Bounces in the area, and it's grabbed by Cortez.
Man, Farber climbed up the wall on that to get his head on it. That was impressive.
Distribution to the left of the video board, right off the chest of Rio, and again, it's over the boards. Rio just can't get it settled.
Yeah, deja vu all over again. Same play.
De Oliveira switching it to Ubi Parapovic. San Diego Oliveira, he controls it, lays it back to Ubi Parapovic, to Velez in the sixth attacker jersey. Switch to the right side. Ortega winds up, blocked by Jones, cleared right back to Ortega, to Ubi Parapovic. Cut back to the right side. Ortega lets it go to De Oliveira. De Oliveira plays it to Ortega along the wall, back to De Oliveira, to Ubi Parapovic on the left wing side. Up top for the sixth attacker, Velez. Off De Oliveira, it pinballs around. And Cortez will pick it out of the air. Distribute with a low liner. Had an open goal and just missed it. Goes to the corner.
Yeah, he had eyes on that, man. Had a good opportunity. Yeah, he did.
Just sliced it a little bit like I do off the tee. Switch to the right side. We're down to the final minute. De Oliveira back heels it to the corner for Farber, into the area looking for Childs. It's out of play over the corner glass. 47 seconds remaining. Outlaws still lead 5-3.
A lot of pressure for San Diego here. They're doing a great job of keeping the ball in the defensive end for the Outlaws, not allowing them to go and rag timeout. That's exactly what Outlaws would love to do, is just get the ball and just run it out.
Jorge De Leon scored the last goal for the Outlaws. A one-timer for Ortega. That's deflected wide to De Oliveira. His shot is blocked. Out to neutral territory, 39 seconds remaining. Ortega has it in the center circle. That's out of play. Stays with the Sockers.
Yeah, it's going to be a soccer ball.
De Leon's goal came with 2:50 to play in the fourth. Mesquite hasn't seen much of the ball since then, and certainly hasn't seen much of it since San Diego went with the sixth attacker. Cortez distributes to halfway, finds the chest of Rio, and again off Rio out of play, but that time Ortega touched it last. One-timer over the corner glass, Tapia sends it out of play.
Trying to pad some stats there, I think. Taking a shot on the sixth attacker. Just trying to take a long-distance opportunity there. Wasn't even close, but I like where your head's at, Omar.
Trying to seal the victory. It's a 2-goal game. We're down to the final 12 seconds. Uba Parapovic sends it to the corner. 8 seconds left. The Outlaws have scored a victory. They upset the San Diego Sockers. Monterey clinches the West. Mesquite improves to 6-12. They're now 4-6 at home, rebounding from their loss to Monterey. That's 2 straight losses now for San Diego after falling to Ontario 7-3. They lose tonight in Mesquite 5-3, falling to 12-6. They're now just a 500 team on the road, 5-5.
And you just have to be really impressed with Mesquite and this win. They gutted it out. They jumped out early, which is something the exact opposite of what they did in San Diego back in January. And the defense, man, the defense coming up huge. Great job. 11, the Sockers at the end there pouring on the shots, 24-14, Pete. And we started out, it was the other way around. Mesquite was really getting all the shots in the first and second quarter.
Yeah, got the lead and then played back a little bit. San Diego became the more aggressive team, but give it up for this Outlaws defense. They come through again.
Yeah, Pollo Cortez, sometimes we've seen him when he makes a mistake or, he lets a goal in, kind of gets down on himself. We did not see that tonight. He kept his confidence level up, especially against, an incredible goalkeeper at the other end, Taylor Bond. You could easily get down on yourself, but he never got down, kind of kept his chin up the entire game. Pollo Cortez did a beautiful job in goal, and, man, this defense for the Mesquite Outlaws stepping up and keeping San Diego to just 3 goals.
It's a San Diego team that's been scoring just over 6 goals a game. Mesquite right about their average. They've been averaging 4.8 goals per game. They put 5 on the board tonight, and that's enough to knock off the Sockers 5-3 here at Mesquite Arena, and the Outlaws give the crowd an ovation, and hopefully these folks will come back. We've seen a couple of really good games here at Mesquite Arena. The win over Tacoma, and now this one. And the Outlaws now have won 2 of their last 3. They got back-to-back home victories here.
Yeah, and you got to really just be happy for them because, we talk about all the veterans that are here playing for Mesquite, but they have a lot of rookies too. They're learning in games like this against San Diego. I mean, they've got veterans across the board. San Diego does.
Some of these young players were playing at critical times.
Yeah, absolutely, they were.
One of the goal scorers tonight for San Diego was Travis Pittman, and he's standing by with Brother Van as we present to you post-game interviews on MASL TV.
Okay, I've got Travis Pittman here with me with San Diego. And Travis, I heard during the game that you guys had a few players that were out injured. Do you think that played much of a factor in tonight's game?
Yeah, Pollo and Serra. Serra was huge for us in the back. He got hurt last game, and Pollo, he's dealing with a little hamstring, I believe, and we should have him back, but they definitely were missing it.
Okay. You guys are a lock for, getting into the playoffs and everything. How do you think the rest of the season looks for y'all?
I think it's promising. Again, every game we want to come in and win and do our best. So, we just need to learn from our mistakes and then, tighten it up going into playoffs.
Okay. I was over there by the penalty box when you were in there, okay? You seemed pretty upset. How was the call from your point of view?
Referees are human.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Okay, well, very good. Well, good luck with the rest of the season, okay? Once again, thanks to Travis Pittman from San Diego. Guys, back up to you in the booth.
to Brother Van for conducting these post-game interviews. Pittman scored off a restart. Childs also scored off a restart. The only other goal tonight came off the foot of De Oliveira, who was assisted by Eduardo Velez with a sixth attacker on. It was J.J. Oteze, assisted by Anthony Powell, who broke the seal in this game, scoring the first goal at 9:54 of the first period. Cody Ellis, Omar Tapia, Anthony Powell, and Jorge De Leon would follow up with goals, but it was Oteze who got the Outlaws out in front. They never trailed tonight. Oteze is joining Brother Van for a post-game interview.
Make me look tiny.
JJ, he's just joking. He's asking me, how tall are you? You make me look tiny. You go up against some pretty big players out there, though, don't you?
Yes, I do. Very good, strong players, like competitive. You know, it's about the dog and the player another size. So,
And now, JJ, tonight, I mean, we were the underdog. Okay, how big a win is this for us? As a new franchise.
It's a great win. You know, we've been listening to Tattoo. He's seen the talent. You know, it's a brand new franchise, so we're trying to compete and stay up there with the big dogs. And finally, we're doing what Tattoo has been, and the coaching staff as well have been teaching us, been preaching, and it's all coming together. You know, we compete against the big dogs now, and we're excited to see how it's going to go.
Okay. Yeah. And JJ, we are still in the hunt in the playoffs. Are we going to make it?
Well, I mean, we take it game by game.
I need some positivity, man.
we take it game by game. You know, like this game, we have our next game. We focus on that one, try to get a win over there, and then in there, and definitely we'll fight for it. Okay. Yeah, definitely.
And JJ, he was helping me before we came on camera to help pronounce his last name. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to do my best. Okay.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
JJ. Oh, Taser!
There you go. Perfect. You did it. You sound Nigerian now.
Is that where you're from, brother?
That's where I'm from. Nigerian, born and bred.
Okay, buddy. Well, good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Okay, JJ. Good luck, buddy. Back up to you guys in the booth.
Guys, and that's going to be a name that we're going to hear a lot of, I think, J.J. Oteze. He's the first star tonight. Cody Ellis, the second star. They each had a goal for the Outlaws in a 5-3 win over San Diego, and Omar Tapia, the third star, another one of the goal scorers tonight. 5 different goal scorers tonight for the Outlaws.
Yeah, an impressive win, and with that, now they're 6-12. They are hot on the heels of the Tacoma Stars and the Ontario Fury. 8-8, Tacoma 7-9. Just 2 wins out from Ontario. Don't you sleep on this team, MASL.
The Blast beating the Seawolves tonight, 8-2. The Wave over the Comets, 5-3. The Fury with a 5-2 lead over St. Louis, and the Sidekicks taking on the Express tonight. We'll be back here in Mesquite on February 29th when the Outlaws host Monterey. Your Western Division champions will be here. We hope you'll tune in for more Mesquite Outlaws action on MASL TV then. The final score tonight, Mesquite 5, San Diego 3. For Matt Thornton, I'm Pete Stein. So long from the Mesquite Rodeo Arena.